Of those guys at 135, who do you think gives you the toughest fight?
I think Devin and Tank is probably the toughest fights at 135.
Would you be willing to go up and go straight in with one of those guys, or does that feel like something that needs to be a slower build for you?
Yeah, I feel comfortable going straight in. I feel like my skills gonna carry me through these weights.
There may be two guys here. Oh, this guy gonna be here.
Yeah.
Now, it's only one guy at the top, and it's me. It's me versus me. Once I'm conquering myself, none of these dudes got a chance, so I don't care who you name.
So what do you say to those who might be saying that, you know, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of something, it gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us.
Taking that risk to do something off.
Yeah.
He got to just be a little bit more of a risk taker. But he got to learn it with the feet so he knows when and why he's taking that risk. You understand me?
Yeah.
That's where people like myself come in because I understand that. And they would say, why you trying? The reason I don't say much more, Stephen, because I don't never want guys to think I'm trying to.
You hating on him.
I'm trying to take your
this is
time.
knowledge.
This is all it is.
Yeah.
Shakur Stevenson has just called out Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney, saying he is ready for all kinds of challenges and wants to add more top-level fighters to his resume.
Who's next? I told y'all who I want to fight. I can't keep saying the same thing. I already told y'all who I want to fight. The best versus the best. That should be my next fight. I told y'all I'm a dog. I'm top level, elite level fighter. So let's make boxing great again. Let's put the best fighters in the ring with each other, and let's see who come out victorious.
Shakur Stevenson chooses his opponents and does not feel forced to fight anyone. He added that he is willing to face Devin Haney, but does not like being told he has to take a certain fight.
You just said that even though you're in that position, you still gonna fight everybody. Shakur,
I will.
Come
I will
on,
fight
man.
him. I just told you I would fight him 2 seconds ago. But when somebody says you have to, that's the words that's kind of like I don't respond well with that.
Gervonta Davis, meanwhile, downplayed Shakur Stevenson's reputation, suggesting he is overhyped. He questioned Stevenson's record against elite opponents and argued that rising younger fighters already appear more accomplished and impressive in comparison.
Who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
The Keyshawn. Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who
I
might
keep
be
saying his
afraid?
name for.
Gervonta Davis rejected claims that he is intimidated by Shakur Stevenson, insisting there's nothing dangerous about a fighter who rarely launches attacks. He described Stevenson's approach as overly cautious and argued that a true contender needs to carry genuine offensive intent, something he feels Stevenson does not demonstrate.
So what do you say to those who might be saying that, you know, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of something, it gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only win in basketball and football. That shit in boxing.
The boxing community is eagerly anticipating this clash, expecting a thrilling and tightly contested fight. Teddy Atlas considers Gervonta "Tank" Davis the only boxer with a chance to penetrate Shakur Stevenson's defensive style. He highlights Stevenson's quickness, movement, accuracy, and distance management as reasons he's so hard to hit. Atlas believes Davis has the tools and talent to outsmart Stevenson and claim victory.
Because Shakur Stevenson is that difficult, because of his style, because of his abilities, because of his eyes, because of his, his legs, that his hand speed, the way that he controls range. Tank Davis is the only guy that I can see that could possibly decipher that style and beat Shakur Stevenson.
Roy Jones Jr. thinks Shakur Stevenson's composure and focus provide him with an advantage over Gervonta Davis. He highlights that Stevenson maintains discipline at crucial points, whereas Davis can occasionally lose consistency or be affected by external factors. However, Jones notes that when Davis is fully engaged and motivated, his talent and unique attributes make him a serious threat to any opponent.
Sometimes Gervonta has problems with discipline, but we have never seen Shakur had problems with discipline. We've seen him be more disciplined at the right times than we've seen him not have discipline. So with the fight being like it is right now, I would lean towards Shakur because of his discipline, but don't get it twisted. If somebody could beat him, Tank Davis would be that person because of his intangibles. When Tank is disciplined and got his mind on right, Tank's a problem for anybody. Tank can fight better than most people think he can. It's just that sometimes his outside antics get the better of him, and it makes people think less of him, but don't underestimate Tank Davis. If Tank is motivated and ready to fight, Tank is a problem for anybody.
Terence Crawford breaks down why he would pick Shakur Stevenson over Gervonta Davis. He feels Davis's power wouldn't be as effective because Stevenson's defense is solid and his timing is precise. Crawford adds that although Davis tends to gain momentum in the later rounds, he often has trouble landing early, and against a sharp tactical fighter like Stevenson, those early gaps could be punished immediately.
I'm telling you, as a fighter, I will pick Shakur because I don't believe Tank will be able to land those big shots on Shakur like he does everybody else.
Right.
Shakur defense is just too tight. And not only Shakur, Keyshawn either.
Oh, you don't think Key either? Even right now, I feel like it's a little Key nice though, but it might be a little early for Key right now.
Listen, Tank get hits a lot. Tank, in my eyes, Tank is always losing until he's not.
Yeah, a lot of times, yeah.
If you watch those fights.
Well, at least in the early rounds. Middle rounds, he start coming up, but I see what you're saying. Them early rounds, yeah.
Let Keyshawn start hitting them like everybody else hitting them. Let him start hitting them with everybody else, like everybody else hitting them.
Yeah.
Man, he gonna clean them. He punches too sharp.
Canelo Alvarez also anticipates a close fight between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson. He highlights Stevenson's speed and evasive movements as challenging for any opponent, while commending Davis for his power and constant forward pressure. Ultimately, Canelo favors Davis to come out on top.
Shakur Stevenson is a good fighter. He moves a lot, and it's very difficult to get hit. To hit him, but I like Gervonta Davis.
Okay.
He's a really good fighter. He hits hard, and he knows how to go forward. So I put my money on Gervonta.
On the other hand, Shakur Stevenson is also interested in fighting Devin Haney. Shakur said he respects Devin Haney as a tremendous fighter, but does not believe Haney could beat him. He feels his own boxing ability is on a different level and considers himself the superior pure boxer. Stevenson added that Haney is more of a technical boxer rather than a knockout-focused fighter, and he is confident he would win a matchup based on skill.
As if I'm scared of, I think Devin's a tremendous fighter. Do I think Devin Haney can beat me? Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah.
For me, personally, I'm on a different level than everybody.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to boxing, because Devin, he's a boxer. It's not like he's a stone cold killer who's just gonna go in there and try to knock me out.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to outbox me. I'm the greatest boxer. How do you... So that's how I feel about the fight.
Shakur Stevenson believes his skill set is above Devin Haney's, especially defensively. He considers a fight with Haney a big matchup if it makes sense, and is also open to facing Ryan Garcia, saying either opponent would have a tough challenge against him.
How are you different than Devin Haney?
With all due respect to Devin Haney, he got his game, but my game is at a higher level. My defense is way better. I could stand there in front of guys and defend myself, and I don't think Devin Haney has the type of defense I got that.
I totally agree with you on that. Where's my camera? I totally agree with him on that, and I like that.
And he's a hell of a fighter.
He's a good fighter, but he's not you. He's not you.
I agree.
He's not you. Is that a fight you want against him, or do you believe that there should be bigger fights on the horizon for you than a Devin Haney fight?
Nah, I think the Devin Haney fight is a big fight. I think it can happen. I think it just got to make sense. With Ryan Garcia, he just said he'll come down to 144 pounds. So if he'll come do that and it makes sense, let's do it.
Would you rather fight Ryan Garcia or Devin Haney?
I would rather fight either or. I think any of these guys get in front of me, they got a lot to deal with.
Shane Mosley thinks a matchup between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney would be difficult to call. While he slightly favors Stevenson, he points out that Haney demonstrated his ability to handle high-level challenges in his bout with Vasily Lomachenko. Mosley adds that Haney's height, reach, and long-range boxing could pose significant problems for Stevenson, noting that Stevenson has previously had trouble dealing with a taller, longer opponent like Terence Crawford in sparring, which could translate to similar challenges against Haney.
I hate to fight. And they did the same bodies and all that did to make them fight.
If they do fight, who you think gonna win?
I actually don't know. I mean, my mind says Shakur probably win. But then I see the great work that he did with Loma, or that he fight with Loma, and overcome a lot of different obstacles in that fight. It could be hard for Shakur. Sugar Shakur, right? Shakur Stevenson. As they call it'd be hard for him for the long range, the height, the how big he is, stuff like that. And then what makes me think even more is when Shakur said he sparred with Crawford, and he had lots of problems with Crawford. Even though Crawford wasn't punching him hard or whatever, but you know what he had problems with? He had problems with the long arms and the height of Crawford. So he couldn't counterpunch like he wanted to. Or Crawford probably would have hit him hard, but it's different, you know, he's longer and stuff, it's harder. So that could be a problem for Shakur that we don't know.
Roy Jones Jr. thinks Shakur Stevenson could elevate his performance by refining his footwork and spacing. He observes that after evading or blocking shots, Stevenson often moves too far back, breaking his flow and reducing chances to attack. Jones highlights that staying closer and controlling his positioning would keep Stevenson within striking range, sustain offensive pressure, and enhance the impact of his counters. Perfecting this element, according to Jones, could make Stevenson an even tougher opponent to overcome.
Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is a very good fighter, but he got to learn, and I will hope he will pay attention to this because this is going to mean a lot for him. His feet are good, but sometimes they take him too far out of range to be able to come back and counter. The last guy he fought, the guy was a good puncher, so when he was jumping back, he was jumping too far back out of range to where he couldn't come back and get something right away. You understand me? And for the fans, it starts to look bored.
That's how I'd say. I feel like he was running.
He really ain't running. He just don't understand that this is somebody got to teach him. And I would teach him if they ever brought him to me to teach him. But he got to understand what I'm trying to tell him. I'm not trying to criticize him.
Right.
But when you say something bad, they take it as criticism.
Right.
No, son. You got to understand how to not jump. Okay. People know what the thing that dig the hole, the excavator, right?
Yeah.
If you move that thing back too far, you can't reach the job.
Right.
It's got to work, but it got to stay on the job while it works. You can't take it out of, if you working with this, because this part keeps it on the job, the feet. This do the work. If you take the thing and move it back, it's off the job, it can't work no more. Right. So if you move it back every time off the job, it ain't gonna ever get no work done. So now it's gonna become boring. Why? It ain't doing nothing.
Roy Jones Jr. notes that Stevenson occasionally lets opportunities slip after defending. He suggests that if Stevenson maintains closer distance following his defensive moves, he could capitalize on openings more efficiently, deliver stronger counters, and punish opponents when they leave themselves exposed.
It started on the hold, then it moved to another. It started on the hold, then it moved to another. When we gonna get a pond dug? We're not, because it's taking off the job too much. You gotta leave it on the job for it to get a pond dug. And that's his only thing. He a great fighter. He got great eyesight. He has great reaction time. He gonna be a great fighter. He just gotta figure out how to use them feet a little different.
Is he the best defensive fighter out of all four of them?
Right now, defensive, yes, because his defense is with his feet. That's what people don't understand. Defense isn't with your hands, it's with your feet. And he has the best foot defense of the game. So if he uses it for defense, when it's strictly defense, yes. But when you want to make it offensive, you can't do the same. You gotta cut it in half. And that's the only thing he had a problem with. Once he learns that, or figures that out, he gonna be a killer.
Would the skill he has now make him the best out of them four?
Right now, no. Because some people gonna say, boy, and the reason the rest of them don't wanna fight him is because they know he know that back foot game so well that he's not gonna engage until he wants to engage. And that's a good thing too. But for the fans and to be
not right now,
the ratings, you gotta be able to engage when they need you to engage. If you can't, then you're gonna become bored.
Paulie Malignaggi also believes now is the perfect moment for a fight between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. Both are established champions with strong fan followings, and he thinks their differing styles and accomplishments set the stage for a compelling contest that would captivate audiences while carrying major significance for the sport.
Than it had back then. And back then it was really, really something that that you wanted to see. But now, because of Shakur's recent performance and Haney still being undefeated and having righted the ship, winning as an underdog against Brian Norman, I rate that. I rate when you take on a fight as an underdog and you win it. I rate that. You know, that's why Haney, for me, got into the circle of trust, because he wasn't trying to milk the whole business like Gervonta Davis has. So he's taking on these kind of challenges. He's winning them. He built himself up to that level to now, okay, take on all comers, win or lose, take on all comers. He's got that win over Norman as an underdog. You can say what you want post in hindsight. In foresight, a lot of people were picking against Haney. He gets that win. Shakur, in the meantime, makes his name bigger. Got to pump those numbers up, and he pumped those numbers up by winning the Teofimo Lopez fight. Now, you know what? Okay, now there's an interest from both fighters. A lot more money, a lot more at stake, a lot more, again, ambition. I like to use that word ambition today.
On the other hand, Shakur Stevenson's team considers a rehydration clause crucial when fighting at a higher weight, aiming to prevent one fighter from gaining a significant overnight size advantage. With Bill Haney unwilling to agree to any restrictions, talks for a Stevenson-Haney bout could face major hurdles, possibly delaying or derailing the fight. Trainer Wally Moses noted that such clauses are designed to limit how much weight a boxer can regain after the official weigh-in, ensuring a more even playing field in the ring.
Just now, you know, he came up there with the aspect like he's a really big guy, but he's not a really big guy, you know, so I don't want to think he got so much power and he's so strong, you know. He's not no killer. You see him? Seem like a killer to you? Not to me, so.
However, Bill Haney, Devin Haney's father and longtime coach, has consistently opposed rehydration limits. He maintains that his son should be allowed to regain weight freely after the official weigh-in, entering the ring at full strength without artificial restrictions. This firm approach could become a significant obstacle if Shakur Stevenson pushes for a clause limiting how much weight Devin can put back on before the fight.
Is that, he's on the list, is that a fight you guys are seeking, or are you leaving it alone since he's saying that it would require Devin to get a rehydration clause? Is that something you're willing to get on a phone and discuss how many pounds exactly?
Well, when you're speaking about Debo, you might hear a whole lot of that's inconsistent with things that you say about normal fighters. When you talk about a generational talent like Dev, you would expect those that are elite to look to have, to be on a level playing field. What you weigh is what you weigh, and how you get down the next day is, it's what it's all about, you know? And that's what that is.
Furthermore, Greg Hackett believes Shakur Stevenson may have been cautious about facing Devin Haney because Haney mirrors many of his own qualities. With comparable speed, defensive skills, discipline, and ring intelligence, Haney presents a battle where neither fighter holds a clear edge. Hackett explains that Stevenson usually thrives against slower or more aggressive boxers, but against Haney, the fight would resemble a 12-round strategic duel, making it far more complex and demanding than many fans anticipate.
Because he knows that's a great fight. He knows Dev has something for him, but he got something for Dev. It's a great fight. He know he could possibly lose to Dev. There's things that Dev understand about boxing that Shakur understand, and he wouldn't be able to just take full advantage of Devin Haney. You know what I mean? They both got an education. That's what I'm saying. This comes down to education. That's why Floyd and them used to yell, "Skills pay the bills. Skills pay the bills." You know what I'm saying? You got to really be in the gym working on your skills package. A lot of these dudes ain't working like they think they working. You know what I'm saying? They in the gym, they sweating, you know what I mean? They working hard, but the information that's being transferred to them is information, and it's showing in the fights. But who am I?
Armsy, think of the 5-piece. Why everybody want to see Shakur and Devin when Keyshawn called him out?
All of those is great fights. I want to see them all. I don't give a
Mickey Bay also shared a thoughtful perspective on a potential Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney matchup, focusing on practical factors rather than hype. He noted that Haney could move up in weight without issue and handle the spotlight thanks to his experience. Bay highlighted size as the main challenge, with Stevenson naturally smaller but very quick and precise. That speed, he explained, might even benefit Haney since smaller fighters often rely more on movement than power.
So it's like maybe something that Devin can definitely go out up there with ease, only need to deal with the size, but he's probably gonna have the speed advantage because he's a smaller guy coming up. So I mean, you tell me, do you feel like that's gonna be harder than the Lomachenko fight?
No, I think Loma would probably be his hardest top 2 or 3 fights in his whole career. I could predict that even going to the end, you know, to say if Devin fight 8, 9, 10 more years, that'd be one of his top 2 or 3 hardest fights because the age that he fought him. Loma was at his very peak. He was at his peak. He was older. He was right there at his top peak.
On the other hand, Bruce Crinkton expects Shakur Stevenson to dominate the bout using superior mobility and accuracy. He notes that Stevenson's intelligent footwork, precise timing, and keen ring awareness could disrupt Haney's attacks, minimize heavy exchanges, and transform the fight into a strategic, chess-like contest.
Who would you favor at 147 between him and Devin? Shakur?
That's a tough fight. I like both of those styles together, but I do think that Shakur is just more defensively aware, sound and aware. It's possible that Shakur may win that fight. I feel like he's a problem for a lot of guys because of his style.
Ex-world champion Tim Bradley also views Shakur Stevenson as poised to emerge as one of boxing's leading figures with the potential to rival or even surpass Terence "Bud" Crawford in mainstream recognition. While Crawford achieved legendary success in the ring, his low media profile limited his broader fame. Stevenson, however, actively connects with fans on social media and maintains a strong public presence. Bradley believes this, paired with Stevenson's talent, confidence, and savvy in front of the camera, positions him to become a defining face of the sport's next generation.
Just about Shakur and his I would say projection. You know, the irony is it's crazy because, you know, back when, you know, I was helping somewhat mentoring Terence Crawford, you know, Terence Crawford surpassed everything I done did and more. Interesting enough, Terence Crawford mentored Shakur, and Terence Crawford is on Mount Rushmore. Yeah, he is for sure. But I feel like Shakur, just like Crawford was with me, Shakur has the ability to pass Terence Crawford.
Even if charisma isn't his natural strength, Timothy Bradley Jr. sees Shakur Stevenson as fully equipped to become boxing's next top star with his technical skill, defensive ability, and high ring IQ, positioning him to usher in an era that prizes strategy and precision over sheer power.
Brian Garcia, Devin Haney, you know, Conor Ben, like there's a lot of fights that like Shakur can like be involved in and beat all these dudes, man. Beat all of them. Has a chance of beating all of them, right? And solidifying, you know, his mark in the sport. You know, being, you know, the great of his generation. You know, when Crawford left, I told y'all that, you know, Shakur was the next guy on the throne. And I truly wholeheartedly still believe that. I know there's guys that has worked with Shakur in the past that swear up and down. Oh, shoot, I even forgot Murataya is there too. Guys like Andy Cruz. I mean, there's a lot of talented guys that people respect that Shakur has the ability to freaking challenge.
That's it for today's video. Make sure you stick around for the next one. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment.